Alright everyone, this will have to do with my envisioning of how this is gonna go. We've got a ghostface guide here, similar to how we did Reiko the other night. We'll cover their key normals, specials, game plan, cameos, the whole shebang. Now, for those of you uninitiated, Ghostface's whole shtick is he is a vortex character with 3 stances, and one of those stances is a grappler. That's the one I mostly focus on when I do play him. But he does have the assassin and the enforcer, and they have different methodologies behind them. So we'll start with Ghostface, the regular one, and we'll move on. We'll start with the normals first. Alright, we'll start here with your key normals. You have your stand 1, 2, 3, and this, and 1, 2, 2. So 1, 2, 2 is high, mid, mid. 1, 2, 3 is high, mid, low. It has a gap. Your 2, 2, 2 is a high, mid, mid. Your 2, 2, 1 plus 3 or grabs is a high, mid, high. 4, 2, 4, or 4, 2, 1, 2 is a mid, 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 mid. So let me just do this again. So 1, 2, 2, high, mid, mid. 1, 2, 3, high, mid, low. 2, 2, 2, high, mid, mid. 2, 2, grab, high, mid, high. Back 3, 4 is a mid, low. Back 2 is a standing overhead. Back 4 is your sweep, like normal. You go down 1, down 3, down 4, right? Your forward 4 is an interesting normal because it's just a launcher on its own. Forward 4 essentially takes the 2, 2 grab and does it again. So it's a relaunch. You also have 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. It's just 4, 4, 4. So the short version is all of these normals are usable. None of them are bad. In fact, stand 3 is a key normal because it's plus on block. You have a plus on block high that leads to interesting run cancel potential with a regular killer. So, alright, we have returned. So, let's try and go over the data as best I can remember. Stand 1, 2, 2 is a 7 frame high, mid, mid. Negative 5 on block, no gap. 1, 2, 3 is the same starter, so 7 frame high. 0 on block, low. 2, 2, 2 is a, I believe it's a 9 frame high into a mid, mid. 7 frame, or negative 7 on block, so it's safe all the way through. But there's armorable gap. Same with the 1, 2, 3, armorable gap on the third hit. 2, 2 grab is a negative 4 launching string, but it's a duckable, it's a high. 4, 4, 4, fully safe string on block, but there's armor gap. Forward 2, 1, 2 has a fully safe but armorable gap. Back 3, 4, fully safe, no armor. Back 2 is just safe, just a safe overhead. So your main buttons you're going to press a lot is Ghostface. Your forward 2, 1, 2. Back 3, 4. 2, 2, grab. And back 2 and back 4. Those are your main strings you're going to be pressing a hell of a lot. You can still press your 1, 2, 2, your 1, 2, 3, your 4, 4, 4. You can still do that, your 4, 4, sweep, whatever. But generally, in my experience, back 2, 2, 2, grab, back 3, 4, 4, 2, 1, 2. Those are your main 4 strings you'll be using in regular Ghostface. The reason why you can use more potentially is certain punishes or stagger pressures or run cancels. Those are your main options. So we'll cover the specials next here in regular, or actually no, we'll move to the normals of the other Ghostfaces real quick. Alright, so the enforcer gets 2, 1, 4. This is a high overhead low. There is a big gap on the first and second hit. Very big. You can hear that gap even just sitting here, right? But again, it's high, mid, low. The reason why this string is kind of nasty is because of the enforcer specials being kind of nasty. Later, we'll talk about that later. But this actually makes Ghostface a very unique character because his stand 2 in enforcer is one of the few 6 frame punishes in the game that leads to a full combo. So that means Ghostface can punish anything that's negative 7 with a full combo into a vortex. So we'll cover Assassin next. Alright, so now you don't get an extra stand 2 string, but what you do get is your back 2-2-1-1 string, or back 2-1-1, sorry. This is a 18 frame overhead, mid. It's a dial in, so you just hit back 2-2 or back 2-1-1, and it does the whole thing. You can special cancel all of the hits except the last one. The last one I think you can't do special. Wait, let me see. Yeah, the last hit cannot be special canceled, but even so, it's a armor breaking overhead, mid. This leads to a lot of mix potential and some decent damage, right? It's just one of his better strings to use, so if you really want to play around strings, play the Assassin. Alright, so I've decided I'm probably going to clip the specials because Ghostface has a lot of stuff going on with his specials and normals. Well, normals not so much, specials yes. So we'll start here with the Father Death command grab, the backstage pass, and the always outnumbered phone call move. And then we'll save the run for last because that sucker takes up a lot of real estate in terms of guides. So, Father Death, back, down, forward, 1. This is a 12 frame high command grab. Does 11% damage. Pretty small damage. Fine. If you enhance it, it becomes a 12 frame mid grab. That does 13%. So a tiny bit more damage and a longer animation too. And you'll see where the animation is kind of nasty in a minute. So, not the greatest thing in the world, right? It's cool. You can side switch with it and hold back. Boom, side switch. Right? Okay, cool. Next we have Backstage Pass. This is a 47 frame high, but this thing is nasty for one reason. It allows him to get combos from anywhere on screen. So you have to dial in your attack just like a half a second before Ghostface, the other Ghostface, hits the opponent. So if I do down back 3 and then I just try and wait to hear, okay, I'm gonna hit. Let me hit. Oh no, I can't do it. You have to hit the button before the animation finishes so that you do your normals and stuff after. So you basically have to do the move and then dial in your sequence you want just before the animation finishes, so it actually just dials in beforehand. This only works on hit. You cannot do this sequence on block. If it's blocked, you're punished, right? But there's some stuff you can do to fix that, of course, naturally. It's MK1. If you enhance it, it becomes a regular combo extender. The down back 3 first hit by itself has enough hit stun to combo, so you basically do this. So his actual combo structure, a lot of it revolves around the enhanced down back 3, the regular down back 3, and the down back 4. We'll talk about down back 4 in a second. Down back 4 here. Sorry about that. Down back 4 is a 44 frame mid. That is a phone call. This move, little caveat, cannot be performed if your opponent is in the corner. You cannot get the phone call to hit them in the corner. The only way this works is if you do the enhanced phone call, which is the command grab. That's a legit unblockable mid grab, and that works in the corner. Regular phone call does not work in the corner. So, best to advised, keep enemies out of the corner, or do combos structured in a way so that you can possibly get this into the corner, or get out of the corner, put it back in the corner, type of double side switch. So this is a 44 frame mid that also results in it's a 44 frame mid that results in a combo okay state. So similar to down back 3, but this is a mid, so that means I can do a full combo off this. That's not a real combo, but you get the idea. So basically his down back 3, if it hits, is a combo starter. Down back 4, if it hits, is a combo starter just by themselves. However, they have to hit. Now this is where Ghostface can be a bit tricky to play as, because it's hard to enforce people respecting these moves because how slow they are, right? But there's ways to do it. If you enhance, so you can, let me just go back over this. Backstage pass, you can hold back and they'll stay same side and move a little bit, tiny bit away from wherever you were. If you just hold it by itself, it just cancels. So then you might fake someone out with that. Not necessarily true you will, but you can theoretically do it. Sorry about that again. So the next we'll go back over to always outnumbered the phone call just to cover that again. So you have the mid hit, which is regular knife slap, but if you hold it, it delays it a little bit, might throw off the opponent, and hold it, it'll cancel it. If you just dial in the button, down back 4, and then just hold your square button or 1, they just fake out way faster. And then if you hold 2 or the uppercut, so you can do stuff like this. So you can actually get a full combo no matter what you do, as long as it hits. So for example, with Movado, if I really want to, I can do this. If I get it just right. Come on now. There we go. That's not exactly a full 25%, but you get the gist, right? Your full combo from the other side of the screen. And this is what the thing that's nice about Ghostface in this game is that as far as like the grappler weakness, right, of full screen being a problem, Ghostface can get around that with himself and cameos making up for it, right? Just how this game works. So the other thing I forgot to mention is when you enhance the backstage pass, this becomes a mid grab. Does 14% damage for 2 bars. This costs 2 special bars, but it is a mid grab that is unavoidable. So at this point, if you're keeping track, we have a mid command grab, another mid command grab, and a low grab if you do the crawling move. We'll cover the crawl here in a second. So you can actually hold and fake out your back 3, your down back 4. We'll cover the crawl and the run in their own section here in just a second. Alright, we have returned, and I just cut because I felt like the music was a bit too loud, so I went and turned it down a little bit. So now we covered the down back 3, down back 4 to hopefully a basic enough extent, so you can use it in situations like this where, say you hit them from here, then you can pressure, or if you just teleport because someone's going to do something stupid, then you can just get a full combo for it. So that's chunky enough damage, I suppose. So both these options can be cancelled. Both of them lead to full combos and are safer or punishable depending on which one you do and how you use it. I'm sorry, I am tired apparently. The command grab itself is another really great tool, so I'm going to put us back to a close distance. So then now we'll cover the crawl. So the crawl is down forward 4. This has armor when you enhance it. It's I think a low into a low or a mid into a low. I'm not entirely sure which, but as long as that first hit connects, the low sweep kick thing will always connect as a second hit. There are some cameos that allow you to get a full combo with this armor, but it's a little tight, a little tricky. However, one thing that's kind of interesting is his wake up is one of 2 in this game, maybe 3, I can think of, where they leave the opponent standing in a position of they have to guess on, assuming they. But the reason why Ghostface is more unique is because it legitimately forces them to stand. They cannot, like if he's jumping and I hit him with the armor, it resets him on the ground in my face. The reason why it's scary is because mid hit or low grab. And what's scary about this grab is if Ghostface hits this grab, it's a full combo. There we go. So you get the idea, right? That's like an actual full combo. off a crawling grab. And the reason why this grab might be pretty useful, you can actually crawl beneath highs and mids. You can crawl beneath projectiles. You can crawl beneath a lot of different situations in this game, resulting in Ghostface being able to punish certain things. So let's say, for example, if I can get this done correctly, we'll throw a normal Serena on block shenanigan as usual. We'll try that out, right? You know, maybe it'll work. I don't know. I don't even know who this is. Oh, it's Scorpion. Okay. Actually, just they gotta sit there and hold the grab. That's what Ghostface has the potential to do. Certain things here. Alright, so then now we'll cover the run. And the run is like the cornerstone of this killer's game plan. Alright, so the Psychotic Rush, I believe it's called. Let me double check. I just want to know for sure. Yeah, Psychotic Rush. Yeah. So you can cancel this. I wonder what the startup is. Let's see what it says. Hold on. Let's see. One. Oh. Yeah, it says it's a 1-frame startup, which I guess is kind of true. Like it's immediately, like the run itself starts, right? Getting sidetracked. But the point is, so why is the run so important? Well, the run, you have a mid overhead. You can do the command grab, which is a high throw, unblockable. You can do the backstage pass if you want. And you can also go into the diving crawl command grab situation, except what I just mentioned earlier. So the run leads a lot of mixed potential, theoretically, and depending on the kameo, can result in more damage or more safety or more whatever. For Movado, you can do stuff like this. Here it is. You can do stuff like this. Yeah, but you get the general gist. You can actually do like interesting conversions with Movado off a lot of different stuff for Ghostface. It's pretty fun. But then, so you also have the running mix. The mix itself, it looks like this. So if I have block all, so now it's a mix between the running overhead, the high mid low, the high mid command grab, stand 1 to the running command grab, 2 into the running command grab, forward 2 into command grab, forward 2 into the tackle, into that low crawl command grab. Like his whole shtick is just mixing you into grabs, just like Rico. And they're both fun and grapplers, and I like them both. And the thing is, this is more real than others, right? So if I set, so let me set this up right, and I'll demonstrate what I'm talking about here. Alright, I believe I have it set properly. So the reason why this is nasty is because you can do so with this. So if I do forward 2 and 2, normally Ghostface, he gets the hit, right? Sure. If I do forward 2 1 into the command grab, you don't have time to poke me out of it because of the cancel advantage. Stand 3 into command grab, same deal. It legit is a counter hit. And it's the same situation. And again, it's a mix between the mid hit or the command grab. It's a little tight. Or you can even do so with this, right? Where it's like, I'm actually curious now to see like the pushback. Why does Sandvar have so much like enough pushback to actually do that? That's weird. Like, that is weird, honestly. What about down 4? Down. What about down 3? Nope. Oh, that's weird. That's nasty. If Ghostface thinks that you're gonna do just a straight down 3, down 1, down 4 type thing, that's weird. That's so weird. This character's fun. I love this character. Anyway, so the point I'm trying to make here is that the running stance leads to mix-ups, leads to pressure options and all the shenanigans, right? This is like Ghostface's thing, right? This is like this is Reiko like enhancing crap on block to do 20% throws, right? Ghostface is the same thing, does the same thing, just now with a command grab. It's a clean like 25. There we go, 25%. You can get more of that, but I just wanted quick demonstration. But yeah, this is, and again the thing is you can do this. So I screwed up. Hold on. Like I gotta hold on. Okay, here we go. So back 3. I completely blanked on back 3. I don't know why I blanked on back 3. Back 3 is like the big boy normal that every Ghostface and their mother wants to press because it is like the best button this man has, and it is kind of stupid that I didn't even think to press the button. Back 3, 13 frame mid. Back 3-4. It's mid low. This is fully safe on block, no armor gaps, and it's a full combo with Movado and other cameos, right? Yeah, cool, awesome. Here's the reason why it's so cool. This guarantees a standing reset. So if I do 2-2 grab, jump 2-2, and then hit you with back 3, that's a standing reset. Which means you gotta hold my mix. Meaning, back 3, guess. Back 3, guess. Full combo into reset. Back 3, oh, you guessed wrong, command grab. Grapples, right? But like, you see the idea. So back 3 is just like stupid. And the funny thing is, this thing has like decent enough range. Like he can literally like back up and whiff punish you with this. And depending on the cameo, he can even like throw out the full thing and get a full combo. Getting distracted, point is, I'm getting distracted. But yeah, back 3, I completely blanked on back 3. Alright, so now we'll cover the other options out of the Psychotic Rush. This is the mid hit. This is just pressing 1 out of the rush. This is punishable mid. 2 is an overhead that is -7, fully safe on block. 3 lets you just cancel. Not the fastest cancel, but he can maybe cancel, get some pressure going, maybe, not realistically, but he can do it. And then, of course, like I mentioned earlier, you can do into the run into the crawl situation, so that's something. The last bit of all of this that sort of helps to enforce the run cancel is the fact you can do the backstage pass, right? You can literally like threaten them, and like if they think you're gonna go for the mid strike or the command grab or whatever, and they're trying to duck or they're trying to do something else and they're not blocking, it just lets you up for a free run. Oh, what am I gonna do? Oh, do the backstage pass, right? And so it turns into a full combo, blah blah blah. Right, so that's an idea. The other thing too is you can sort of 2-in-1 confirm the run. What do I mean by that? Well, generally Ghostface's strings have enough hit advantage so that this dude can press buttons into the run and then still have time to enhance the backstage pass and still get a full combo. So he can 2-in-1 confirm, meaning he'll dial in just 4-2-1 into the run. On block, he'll do the command grab. On hit, it'll be a full combo. And the inputs are the exact same regardless, right? So if I do this, if I do it right, still gets a combo, right? If I do this, see if we can get it right. It's not easy because you do have to like do some weird like churning butter motions essentially, but you can do this. So you can do that. I'm getting distracted again, sorry. So yeah, so like that's just the regular Ghostface killer, right? That's just the regular one, the normals from the other ones, and some stuff like that. So that's not even covering the other killers yet, which I think we'll do both of them in one go, because there's maybe, we'll see. Alright, time for the Enforcer. Now, just also want to quickly cover the killer swap mechanic. So, when you're doing the back through animation, the backstage pass animation, the phone call animation, any of these 3 animations, if you hold L1 or L2, you will change killers. I don't remember what it's supposed to be. I have my controls flipped around a little bit for my hand purposes, and I don't remember the distinguishing features visually, but auditorily, this is the Enforcer sound. So I'm going to actually mute the mic so you can hear this sound better, and then we'll play a clip of the assassin as well. Alright, we're back. So we'll cover the specials now. Hopefully you guys heard that and saw it, I'm sure, if you have sight. So the other thing with the killer mechanic, this goes until you get hit or 12 seconds elapse. So if you were in the assassin, you take 12 seconds, it'll force you to swap back to the regular killer. Same with the assassin. They also have different back through animations. It's just the longer animation allows for different combos than the regular animation would or would not. But the specials, so we'll go to the specials. So you don't have the command grab and you don't have the run or the crawl. Instead, what you do have is this down forward 1, up or down 1, back or forward 1. This is a Rekka, so if I just do down 1, or down forward 1, sorry, it's just a hit. Down forward, up, down forward 1, up 1, 2 hits, down forward 1, up 1, back 1, 3 hits, and it's pretty big, decent slam. You can do whatever. But here's the thing that makes this interesting. This actually is a fully invincible move. Invincible. No armor, no whatever. This is just straight invulnerable. And here's the funny part. This truly jails, depending on the string, right? So 2-2 into the Rekka. That is a full string right there, right? All 5 hits. On top of that, the Rekka's safe. It's legit safe all the way through. And the 3rd hit leads to full combos. So if I do something like this, if I just do 4-2-1 to the Rekka, and then enhance, let's see. If you enhance the last hit, it's a full combo. So like, and of course, if you would like, you can actually do this to add a tiny bit more damage on your resets. And you can still do some reset stuff, right? And so this Rekka is actually I think it's an underutilized move. I think it's fine, right? It's a pretty good Rekka, all things considered. It helps with guessings. Down forward 3 is like the most meh move of this. It's just a shoulder rush. If you enhance it, it does a bit more damage. I don't know if it's plus or safe. I honestly never use a special, like, hardly ever. It's not a bad one, especially if you want to catch one slipping in neutral, like it'll just knock them down. I think you can get pickups with certain cameos off that. I'm not entirely sure. But then this last one, this one is actually really fun. This one's cool, right? So if we look here, down forward 4 is a overhead by itself. If we enhance it, it's a high. The reason why this is a big deal is because by itself, or if you swing the bar, it's a full launcher, boom. But here's the kicker, if I remember correctly. I think both versions of this special are safe. So let's go take a look, see if I can find this. I'll just cut it here actually because it'll be quicker. Alright, we're back here, and I just wanted to clarify the data on this. So the regular version is an overhead that's 23 frame startup. The enhanced is 17 frame startup high. The overhead and the high both are fully safe on block. Meaning, stuff like this. Back 3 into the overhead. Back 3, 4. That's a legit mix. 1-2 overhead. 1-2 low. And both of these lead to full combos. So 1-2-3 in a Movado. 1-2 overhead in a Movado. I think those work, right? Maybe I'm mixing it with the wrong kameo. Maybe wrong kameo, I'm not sure. Point is, it actually leads to full combos, right? That's the idea. Especially, again, it's a safe overhead launcher. You can even, it has a little bit of range on it, not a whole lot, but you can maybe catch someone slipping, I'm not sure. This is where like the enhanced shoulder attack would be better, right? But yeah, dude, that sound honestly is getting on my nerves. Like, I'm recording this, I'm over here like, dude, shut up, stop growling, you weirdo. So generally, the enforcer is playing around the Rekka and the overhead mix-up potential, and it actually does very well, right, in my personal opinion. I still have more fun with the regular killer just because it grapples, but enforcer's not bad. It's always a good idea if you're gonna do combos and whatever. It's always a good idea to have one of the killers swapped, just because it's insurance policy. You can't take a combo while you're in this form. Next, we'll go to assassin. All right, last but not least for the variation swap stuff, this is assassin. Now, you have knife toss down forward 1. You have air knife toss down forward 1 in the air. You have down forward 4, which is a standing reset mid that I don't remember if it's safe on block or what, but if you enhance this puppy, you actually can combo into the phone call knife for the stun or the backstage pass, which will swap you back to the killer. Come on. Timing's a little tight, but you can do it. Cool. You also have down forward 3. This is the Black Dragon Kano Ball move, essentially. You enhance it. Has this cool animation. Your knife, you can hold it. If you hold the button, you can hear their, like, so we can, I don't know if you can hear it very well, but they're like flicking the knife, and then you can like dash to stop their knife. If you enhance it, it's just a combo tool. So that's pretty cool. I'm not sure how to exactly like combo from the knife all that well. I know you're able to. I know you're supposed to be able to, I just don't have the execution for it. I'm a scrub. So Assassin essentially acts as, you have cancel pressure with the knives, and you have a bit of like air, like zoning potential with the actual like, come on now. Anyway, you get the general idea. This is like, you can zone in this variation a bit more. You have your standing reset. You still have your Kano Ball. So like, you have like counter zoning with the Kano Ball. You have zoning with the actual knife situation. This is a bit slow, but you can toss them, right? You can still do stuff. Yeah, I don't know what else to really say on Assassin, except the main thing I know everyone picks it for is the knife cancels. Because enhancing the down forward to get phone call combos or double combos is cool, I guess. The Kano Ball is cool for the brutality. It actually does chunky damage as well. I don't know. Like, I don't have a whole lot to really talk about as far as the other variations, because I don't know many ghostface players who like have explored that much crazy stuff as far as like, you want to stay an assassin for this reason at all times, right? You generally pick whichever one you think might float your boat the best in the situation in the matchup. At least that's what I go for personally. And so, yeah, so this covered, I think, the specials and normals for Ghostface and both his partners. Now we'll go to the cameos, and man, this video is going to be long. Alright, we have returned once again. So, What does Ghostface want out of a cameo? That's like the main idea we're thinking here, right? So what do you want as a cameo pairing? So I'm actually just making sure my mic is not... Okay, there we go. So what do you mostly want? Well, you mostly want to be able to combo off the command grabs, all three of them, if you possibly can. Combo off whatever opportunity you're able, and Vortex. Like, the general idea is, I hit you the back 3-4, makes, open you up into 2-2 grab, jump 2-2, snip the back 3 into reset, right? That's the general idea. You end everything in back 3, they have to hold the mix. I hit you with the regular command grab. Let me just turn that into full combo here. The Vortex. Again, mixing and guessing after the back 3, Vortex, guessing, reset, button, magic, god tier button. That's the general idea. Like, honestly, if you have a cameo that can do that, like, that's a good enough cameo to play. In my personal opinion, you have Movado, Scorpion, Goro, Tremor, Darius, Sector. Those are like the 6 I can think of that have like that actually help Ghostface a lot in this aspect. Because the main thing is you don't care if like Pharah works well with Assassin for whatever reason. For one, you can't use Pharah in Assassin or Enforcer modes, right? But on top of that, like, you're not gonna be in that mode long enough to make it worth it for the most part. So generally, regarding those 6 cameos, they all pretty much function identically. That sounds wrong, but they have their own quirks, right? You have stuff like Sector can have the flame reset, Tremor has extra health, Darius has some unique, interesting properties off back 3, which I'll go over there in a second, which is why Darius might be my favorite. It's either Darius or Tremor or Scorpion. And then you have like I feel like Scorpion, once people figure out the Tremor crap, I think Scorpion is like awesome. I think Scorpion and Tremor and Darius are like my top 3 favorite cameos to use with Ghostface, like in general. Like when I play him, they're so much fun because of the extra health for Darius and Tremor. It's nice, but the extra utility, right? So here's one thing that's kind of stupid for Ghostface here with Scorpion. Let me just swap. Let's go pick up Scorpion really quickly. You can do this. Essentially a 20-something% command grab for Bar and the Flame Aura, right? And the thing that's kind of funny about it is that depending on who you have, or like how you situate your combos, it also just turns into like just pretty chunk damage, of course. Into more mix, right? And this also leads into something like that if you want a really basic combo. But you get the general idea. Scorpion's a really good pick. So then next we will cut over to... We already showed Movado, so we'll go to Sector just really quick. I'm apparently messing up my cut, so I'm just gonna leave it as is. Keep going like this. So the thing with Sector is pretty nice is that, of course, the command grab combos. These combos are a little tight. I haven't done these ones in a very long time. There we go. Boom. But you get the idea, right? The command grab is the full damage. Your running stance can get full damage, I think. I don't know what to do necessarily. I'm probably in the corner, right? Probably. But you can do this, I'm pretty sure. Guess not. Maybe it's a bit delayed. Yeah, there you go. You can do that. I think the phone call works as well. Yeah, probably just later though. So, Sector, we showed Movado earlier. We showed Scorpion. Let's cut over. Alright, so we'll cover Striker really quick because it's probably the easiest one to make use of in most practical senses. So, it's something as simple as any string into your running stab, and you can do a full combo from there. Command grab into the machine gun, full combo. Literally from the opposite end of the screen, if you'd like. If you like to do that, right? If you want to do, I think it's the, what is it? Is it? I think it's the crawl, right? Try it again. I don't remember. Yeah, okay, you can get a pickup. I don't know what the optimal is or anything, but you can do it. I'm trying to think. And of course, all these like potential like mix-up situations or pressure situations can translate to the enforcer or the assassin as well. So things like if we go to enforcer, you could do like the Rekka. But anyway, you see the general idea here. So you're getting like actual pressure and mix up. Not to mention, of course, the regular like grenade shenanigans, right? Keep it safe, whatever stupid crap. You have everything reset off the handcuffs. You have overrated or low. And the Striker stuff, right? So then next we'll cover Darius because Darius is awesome. So Darius, again, same gist, right? You have your command grab combo. You have your crawl combo. I'm terrible at it. Apparently, you have your phone call EX combo. I am terrible, but you get the idea, hopefully. I wonder if you can do. I bet you can get a bit of a link off that. Maybe, I'm not entirely sure, but so the thing that's kind of cool, I forgot to mention with Striker, and you don't really get this with Movado, but you get with Striker and Darius, is that you can do stuff like this because this is a legit block stream, right? So if I have them set to all and I do this, makes your full launcher completely safe. And if I do it this way, do the exact same thing, you actually can like link in the phone call. Boom. Right. I know I'm spending all the resources and all the gauges and stuff, but I'm just doing it for the fun of the demonstrations. But you see the general idea, right? So that's cool. The main thing that I love Darius for is the fact that from full screen, you get the phone call, whatever, and that's like mid-screenish, whatever. But the cool thing is this, right? So this back three, as we've seen through this video, the back three leaves them at just enough off the ground for Janet, Scorpion, Jax, whatever, to get a combo, right? You can actually pick up off that back three. This makes Darius kind of stupid, because now this dude can do this. Now, Darius lets Ghostface vortex even harder, because that back three reset lets Darius come in with overhead or low. The reason why it's a big deal is because you can just literally do this, and I will win games just by mashing the 2-2 grab, or the, or whatever. Just mash 2-2 grab with the overhead mixed in, or the 2-2 grab with the low mixed in. It's just a raw guessing, and it's fully safe on block launching string. Like, it is kind of stupid. Especially on top of the fact that your back two by itself actually launches like a freaking pop-up if the opponent's airborne. So if you do something like this, it's a little tight, but you get the idea, right? So if I do this again, but, this is literally what can happen with Vortex. Like, of course, spin meter how you see fit, but that sequence right there is like literally what happens with Darius Ghostface. It is so much fun. We're saving the best for last. Well, potentially best, depending who you ask, right? So in my opinion, Ghostface Tremor is one of those teams where I knew there was potential here. I just didn't know how to utilize it. Now that the man's got buffs and Tremor's got buffs and stuff like that, we got some Ghostface Tremor boys offline showing it off at Texas Showdown. So I'm like, all right, let me hit you up. Let me, what do you do for the BMP? Now, I'll tell you what, this is probably the hardest team to make work with Ghostface, in my personal opinion. Simply because if you want your command grab combo, it's going to take a bit of work. Because these links, not the easiest, but you can get them when you're consistent. But yeah, so the links are pretty cool. You have stuff like this. You also have the fact that you have the same idea as Darius, where you can keep yourself safe. Do some of that. And of course, ambushing the ground pound off resets and stuff like that, that's obvious, right? You can do like, come on now. Keep me distracted, man. These combos are much fun to do. But yeah, so of course you have the ambush into the low overhead shenanigans. You have the fact that, again, from full screen, we have another situation like this. Ghostface gives you a full combo from the complete opposite end of the screen. So that's something. Not even mentioning the fact, of course, you can give yourself armor and just run in if you feel like it. The reflect lets you get back in against people. Like Tremor might secretly be his best cameo, but again, it's the hardest to make work as far as the consistent links, especially off like the phone call. Sorry about that, and the crawling grab. So yeah, Tremor. Again, the general gist, and the same goes for Reiko as well, but the general gist is this: if the cameo gets a combo of the command grab, that's good enough for the character. You can take cameos like Serena with Ghostface and make them do very well. You can take Sonya, Serena, Jax, Janet. You can take... Ghostface has such a strong kit and diverse kit that almost any cameo works well with him. I can't think of a cameo that he can't utilize in some way. And so hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I know I'm like slurring my words and not speaking very well, but I am tired. It is like 11 at night. My kids are in bed. I need to go to bed. Good night, everyone. Thanks again for listening or watching. Hopefully this did not come out like crap.